Closed captioning for The Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Happy New Year. Today, join me on my first trip ice fishing with Rick and Judy Henniger. But first, I'll be in the kitchen preparing some classic and new appetizers along with cocktails to help you bring in the new year.
You better come on in my kitchen.
Welcome. My kitchen is going to be really busy today. I'm going to turn you on to 5 really easy appetizers, perfect for entertaining, and 2 great cocktails. And I swear you're not going to be in the kitchen for very long. A few of these are made ahead, and a couple you just pop in the oven and then serve. The ingredients are readily available, and all the recipes will be online, CaseyMaloneShow.com. But let's get started. I'm going to go with my girlfriend, Philomena Riccioni from Wedgwood Pizza, was in my kitchen a few years ago, and she made this. This is cranberry salsa. So easy. Get out your food processor and put in fresh cranberries. Pick through them. You don't want the ones that are wilted and a little weepy. But it's 3 cups. And all you do is pulse it. And that looks to be, the right consistency. So then we take this off and we put that in this bowl. All right? Next, we are going to throw in red onion, just one smaller red onion. And we are gonna pulse this. All right? And we don't want to over pulse it because now we are going to add the jalapeno peppers. And, if you want it really hot, keep the seeds in. If you want it a little more mild, remove the seeds. That looks good. Now we are done with this. Woo! Those peppers are gonna make a big difference. I tell you, I have trouble with these machines. So now all we do is add all of this goodness. Look at the onion, the jalapeno, and mix those together with the cranberries, right? Then everything else is gonna be hand mixed. We just put in tomatoes, chopped up, 3 tablespoons, lime juice, cilantro, that's about 3 or 4 tablespoons, a teaspoon of cumin, and sugar. Now you can also use a sugar substitute. The sugar really is needed. This is about half a cup. You can go a little stronger if you want, but this really helps to tame it down. And you just mix this all together. I mean, that's it. Now, you can't eat this immediately. Well, I guess you could if you really wanted to. But what you do is put some wrap over it and put it in the fridge, and it's really best if you leave it overnight. This is another one of those appetizers that you can make ahead, and it is a family favorite. It is my pickled shrimp. You don't have to worry about keeping it cold or keeping it warm. And the only thing is, use a large shrimp, uncooked, cleaned and deveined, tails on. That way, you don't even have to have little toothpicks to serve it. And this also has to sit overnight. So what I'm gonna do is turn on the stove. It's 3 cups of water are already in the pot. Then 1 cup of rice vinegar, 1 cup of white wine vinegar. And those are all our liquids. See how it heats up? We're gonna bring it to a boil. Then we've got a teaspoon of peppercorns, 2 teaspoons of kosher salt, and 2 bay leaves. That goes in. 1 tablespoon of red pepper seeds there. And then 3 jalapenos sliced thin. And of course, you gotta have the garlic. Here is 3 to 5 cloves of garlic. These were big ones. And you just chop those and add those in. Now everything is in here, and we're going to wait for it to come to a boil before we add the shrimp. The water has come to a boil. Now we add the shrimp. This is 2 pounds. So if you only have a pound of shrimp, just half the recipe. And then all you do is stir it continuously for 1 minute, just 1 minute, before you take it off the heat. Because you want all the pickling juices to get evenly distributed. And it really almost cooks the shrimp. It really does, but it still needs some time, you know, to sit in the hot liquid to really finish cooking thoroughly. My internal clock tells me that that was a minute. Okay. There you go. So I'm done stirring. And then all you do is pour this back into the bowl with all the shrimp. Come on, shrimpies. There we go. What we're gonna do is make sure all the shrimp are submerged. I cannot miss all this garlic and all this good stuff. And we are gonna cover it. It is going to sit overnight and wait until you taste this stuff. It's amazing. Of all the appetizers, this one is hands down the easiest. I just call it caprese skewers, but you could call it caprese on a stick. So easy. I just made them for my friend's birthday party. All you do is this. You cut a grape tomato or, you know, a cherry tomato in half, slide it on the skewer. Now I use those little buffalo pearls, they're called, but you could also, if you can't find the pearls, just cut up, you know, regular mozzarella into smaller chunks. And then you put a little bit of basil. I tore up a thing, what do you call it, a leaf, hello. And then you put the topper on. And that's it. Is that adorable? I mean, you could do a couple on it if you want, but I like the one little bite. And what you want to do with these is not make them too far in advance, because if you do, you don't want that basil to get wilted and kind of yucky looking. So you just take the pearl, you take that. And if you don't want to put basil on, you don't have to. You can finish it with some pesto, and it could just be a store-bought pesto. All you do is, you know, loosen it up a little bit and pour that over. And then you just keep making a bunch of them. And then right before you serve it, get some balsamic glaze and you just drizzle it right down. That's it. What could be easier? The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
We are getting close. Scabba Camp is almost here. A year-round destination for adults with disabilities and their families to get away, close to home. Accessible to all, with no barriers. Donate now to Gabba Camp. Help others to enjoy this unique recreational destination. For adults with disabilities and their families to enjoy an accessible camping experience. Donate to Gabba Camp. Giving is living.
Rob, I really love the holidays at Kamara's.
Yeah,
All the lights,
the shopping,
families coming together,
finding deals,
giving to others,
discounts,
baking cookies,
specials,
love, joy, cheer.
sales.
Family just always being around,
Aww.
just there, saying things.
And presents.
Get real, get Kamara.
Locally sourced is good, whether it's ingredients or a bank, and that's why my bank is Farmers National Bank. Since 1887, Farmers has remained rock solid through every economic condition. Having a bank with a history of safety, soundness, and conservative management is a must. It all boils down to this. You need a bank that will help you reach your goals. I do too. And Farmers is mine. Farmers National Bank, rock solid. So now is a good time to feature our first cocktail. Ken is joining me in the kitchen. He always does for the cocktails.
Yeah.
Let's
I'm here
make
at the
a
right
Kir Royale. These are so easy. All you need is some sparkling. We're using a Cava Fruginet and just a little bit of Chambord, 1/2 ounce to 1 ounce. And it's supposed to be 1 part Chambord to 5 parts sparkling. So we're gonna use this and we're just going to
Frisianet.
makes the prettiest color, but you could use, champagne too. You could use whatever you want, but I like a nice dry sparkling. This is from Spain and it is really good. And it's at a good price point. And then you finish it off. I made these earlier with a little, look how festive, a little lemon twist.
Oh, that's nice.
I made those myself. Yeah, I'm getting clever there.
Yeah.
There you go. And that's it for a Kir Royale. Aren't they easy?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Here's to a safe holiday.
Yeah. Very safe. Safe New Year too. I'm gonna put mine in there.
Let me steal one
There
of
you
these
go.
while I'm here.
Oh, it added more bubbles. There you go, steal one. Delicious.
Wow.
And we'll be right back.
And
We're
you can
gonna
use this as a hair thing when you're done.
Okay. Aren't these delicious?
They're fantastic.
It's so refreshing.
Very nice. These are good.
Those are delicious. It's so refreshing.
Yeah.
So easy.
Yeah.
All right, how about this?
Okay.
I'm gonna put a little drizzle on
Yeah. Is
and
that for me?
try your little caprese. Yeah, what do you think? You already had one.
Hey.
Might as well have another one.
Wow.
Aren't those easy? And they're just, they pack such a punch. So we'll stick these back in the fridge and then we're gonna get ready. We've got sausage balls and artichoke spinach dip coming up.
Sounds great.
This is a revamped recipe. Remember the classic Bisquick sausage balls? Those were delicious. They used to be everywhere. They made, though, 8 dozen. That is what that recipe called for. So I tweaked it quite a bit. I wanted it to be a little spicier. I wanted it to be a little more Italian friendly. And I think you're really going to enjoy these. And it does not make 8 dozen. So it probably makes about 4 dozen. You still need a lot of people to eat these things. So let's start. We're doing 1.5 cups of Bisquick mix. And then I added 1/2 teaspoon of oregano, 2 cups sharp cheddar cheese shredded. Also, a couple teaspoons of fresh chopped parsley, teaspoon of garlic powder. We need this milk to get everything going and getting it binded. That's a 1/4 cup. And then I am using a 1/2 pound of hot sausage. You can use mild. The best way to do this is you just gotta get your hands in here. I've tried it with a spoon, my hands are clean. And you just mix it up like you do a meatloaf. And you just make sure everything gets mixed together. And try to keep your sausage cold, because it really seems to mix a lot easier when the sausage is cold rather than warm. Well, I am rolling 1-inch sausage balls, and you can see how many this recipe makes. And if you really don't need this many, I recommend you just roll them and freeze them, and then bake them when you want. But this does make quite a few. And I preheated the oven to 350 degrees, and we're gonna throw these in 20 to 25 minutes until they're nice and golden brown. Can you believe we did all these dishes? Now this is the final one, and this is another classic. I zhuzhed it up a little bit, but it's going to taste probably the same. I love the spinach artichoke dip. Hot from the oven, lots of good gooey stuff, so we are gonna get going with this. We're gonna start again with the food processor, blade attachment, and what we're gonna start with is sour cream. Now if you want, you can use low fat, but I just think I don't know. I just think it's a little grainier. I don't know what it is. I just don't like the low-fat stuff. And then there's some mayonnaise. Oh, I make such a mess. And then cream cheese. I soften this a little bit. Try to soften it just a little bit at room temperature. It's still going in with the blades. And then we've got mozzarella cheese. And then if you can find frozen artichokes, thaw them and use them, but they're really not around here too much. You can use those just as well. And then last but not least, this is a 10-ounce package, you know, the block of chopped spinach. And last night I just drained it, and you really got to squeeze it out and wring it out real well to use in this dish. Now previously I heated up an onion, chopped onion, and a little bit of garlic, and warmed that up in the pan, and I'm letting that cool because that's our last addition. So now we're going to pulse it. Okay, so now, this is a beautiful thing. Last but not least, I'm going to add, they're cooled off now, the onion and the garlic. I have preheated the oven to 375, by the way. It goes a little higher than the sausage balls. Okay. That's it. Fort Pitt. So, I have pre-treated, this is a 10-inch oval, but you can use a 9-inch pie, 8-inch square, you know, whatever I like this little oval one because it's kind of nice to serve it in, but it looks fine if you just use a, 8-inch thing. So I pre-treated that. And I don't do anything on top. I don't do any additional cheese. I think there is enough going on in here. And now I'm gonna stick this in the oven for about 20 minutes and wait till it's nice and bubbly. This is it.
You did all this today?
Today.
Wow, it's
The
work.
artichoke spinach dip. Look at my cute little caprese skewers. You're gonna love the pickled shrimp. And then we got the sausage balls, and last but not least, the cranberry salsa. And with all this food, my neighbor Jimmy LaPata is here, my husband
Look at
Ken,
you.
and our
All
final
right.
drink. This is an easy cocktail. Where are we going?
We're gonna do the frappe.
Now remember, people say, oh my gosh,
Eggnog. Now-
eggnog is so fattening. But
If there's any left over, like if you wake up in the middle of the night, your throat is dry and you want to have some eggnog,
who would that be?
that would be me.
Okay.
If there's any left over, then you can make this the next day. So,
Right. It's equal parts ice. Since we got
Right.
3 people, it's like, you know, about a cup and a half.
Just
we have
that
a cup
much
and a half
more.
ice. So equal parts ice to the eggnog. And then the rum,
Dark
about
rum.
½ ounce to an ounce per person. Little bit of cinnamon.
okay,
And
a little bit.
then, hey, I love cinnamon, and it's good for you.
How's that?
One more.
Totally smooth?
Totally smooth.
Is this up to your
Here we
standards?
go, yes. And then, because I have to add one little bit. Look at
Little bit
that.
there.
Look at that. They're really, really good. Honestly, and the kids like them. You don't have to put the rum in for the kids, but they do because they're fancy. You put them in a pretty glass, and then you just finish it off with a little grind
And it really lightens up the eggnog.
of nutmeg.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
All right,
yours.
this is mine because I'm the baby. There you go, Jimmy and Ken.
Okay, to the holidays again.
Yeah.
Cheers. Cheers.
Anytime you guys want cocktails, this is delicious.
Wow.
Killer. Now you guys got to start eating. Right now. No problem. Right now. Gino, hurry up. We got to finish.
This is like an
because you
eggnog
gotta
milkshake.
eat. All right. All of these recipes are on my website, CaseyMaloneShow.com. I'll have a pop-up so you can get them all because honestly, they're so easy. And last but not least, here's to
Sure.
the new year.
Happy New Year.
Cheers, guys. Thank you so much.
Let's eat.
Rulli Brothers is way ahead of the competition. Check out Rulli Spice World, where you can buy bulk herbs and spices, plus candies, nuts, and fillings for pennies on the dollar. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
I'm Elizabeth Bernard. For more than 30 years, I've provided our Valley with sound legal advice. My associate Jennifer Rigetti and I will be your legal representatives if you're involved in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident. Don't try to handle it yourself. We'll navigate the red tape of dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the obstacles that you'll face. Remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases, and hiring a lawyer does not mean you have to go to court.
Call attorney Elizabeth Bernard, local legal experience for more than 30 years.
The perfect gift. Stonebridge Grill and Tavern, the best food in the Valley. For every $50 you spend on gift cards, you get a free $10 bonus card. Stonebridge Grill and Tavern, Route 224 in Boardman, and their new location on Route 46 in Howland.
Yeah, it's Christmas time.
A peace and joy, I hope you
We welcome you to experience the wonder and merriment of the season at the Arms Family Museum for memories of Christmas past, a Mahoning Valley tradition.
We've never had a more perfect winter for ice fishing. So Ricky and Tony, and we've got Judy, and this is my first time on the ice. We're going on a private pond. They're kind of, secretive about where their fishing holes are. So Tony has checked the ice.
Good.
Tony, how thick do we need this ice to be?
Well, the good ice is 3.5, but we like 5.
Okay, and you measured it with this?
It's 9 inches right now in this hole.
It's 9 inches, see? Okay, Bill. Now wait, how do you check this?
From here to there.
Wow.
Yeah, so
And you say that this is the thicker ice?
No,
or
the thicker ice is
thinner
that way. It's out there.
Jeez.
Going near shore, you got to watch.
So, I mean, is our hole only going to be this big that we put
Yes,
the
it
thing
is.
in?
Yep.
That is wild.
Okay.
It's the Iditarod. Okay, so we're taking our supplies out. This is awesome. You know what's nice? With the sun out, we don't need a shanty. Oh, here.
No, I want to scoop. She's
Do you
afraid
need
of
your
how
little,
deep the ice is.
your scooper?
Who's scared?
Is that what you use to cook?
It's even deeper here. 10 inches.
Okay.
Where we're fishing?
Now, how far down is this?
It's 20, it's no, wait a minute, 10, 12 feet. And this is the bottom right here.
Okay, and how thick's the ice?
9 inches.
There's the maggot.
There's the maggot and there's the little bit of ice jig.
Does that mean you got one already?
You don't think the fish and field editor's gonna sit here and wait all day to catch it?
Oh my gosh! What is that?
That's a crappie.
Casey, come on.
That was less than a minute.
Casey.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
There's not that many here. I'm gonna go find some fish. Okay, I'm gonna show you now. See your lure?
Yeah.
Get a little bit tighter, tighten it up, and keep it down towards the hole so you
Okay.
can jerk. All right, see right here, see the
What's
fish?
happening?
That's a fish.
That blue-green thing.
The thing right
You
there
guys,
off the
this
bottom.
is so scientific.
Boy, you want to talk about a bluegill?
Did you get one?
Look at that bluegill.
That's huge.
I have never seen a bluegill that big.
Plenty of room. Oh, okay, so that's good.
And that brings them, you know, they could see it down there in that darkness. Man, that. Judy, are you even seeing fish down there at all? That way you don't have your feet in the snow.
Cool.
Oh.
Did he get another one already?
She wasn't get off.
Go ahead and reel it. Is it still on there? Oh, damn it, we didn't get it.
Well, this has really been a lot of fun. And I brought the Casey Malone curse one more time to the water. You know, Ricky, it's not your fault. It's all on me, dog. I gotta tell you, every time I need to catch fish, I can't. It happened up at Lake Erie, now it's happening out here. But you know what, we caught enough. And then between Ricky's freezer and Tony's offerings, we are gonna have more than enough fish when we do our fish fry, because that's coming up next. We're gonna show you how to make the crappie, and we're gonna make, what's the other one? We're gonna make walleye. It's gonna be delicious. It is going to be delicious. Thank you, guys.
Oh, I watched that cooking
This
show.
has been
I
so
watched
much
you cook.
fun. I learned how to do the
safety
drill and all this stuff, and you guys got the sensors. And next time I'm catching the fish, but I won't have a camera with me to prove it. So that's what's gonna happen. Oh, I think I thought a tug. Honest to God, I do. Oh, I
might
do.
have a fish on.
I think I got a fish. I do.
think she did.
I do.
Come on, Bill.
Hold on.
The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.